Hello, happy Monday. Thank you so much for joining me. We are here for another live coaching video, and this week I'm going to talk all about nutrition. So I've been doing a variety of things around nutrition, moving our body and mindset, and I keep going back to mindset because it's so important. But let's talk about nutrition because I get a ton of questions about this. I'm just so grateful for everyone for joining me on all my live videos. So if you haven't joined me before, my name is Carmen Oling. I'm a holistic nutritionist, personal empowerment coach, and transformational speaker. And so really what all that means is I help ambitious women just like you get rid of that never-ending to-do list that's on a constant replay in your head, stop limiting beliefs, build sustainable health habits, like things that last so you get results and you keep the freaking results, and so you can have endless energy and live your best life, because that's what it's all about. So today we are talking about fruit. So as I'm chatting, if you have questions today, please ask, because I get questions about this all the time. So fruit, is it good or is it bad? What do you think? So fruit, along with vegetables, allow us to get our micronutrients in. Micronutrients, vitamins, minerals, and water. That's what that is. When I talk about macronutrients, that's protein, carbohydrates, and fat. That's where we get energy. Or when I say energy, that's where we get calories, right? So here's the deal with fruit. It's good and it's bad. You're like, what the hell? So let me talk a little bit about fruit. So fruit is like nature's candy. So to put that into perspective, do you want to have candy every day for multiple meals in large quantities? Probably not. The same thing goes for fruit. So our bodies were inherently made to crave sweet things. That's why it's really challenging for us, because the food industry presents us with all these sugary options and they add sugar to everything. But fruit specifically, and I'll give you my top list of fruit to eat, and my top list has fiber in it. So fruit specifically has this sugar called fructose. So this is not to be confused with high fructose corn syrup, which is made from genetically modified corn and it's processed and it has zero value. So fructose is different than the high, that stuff that you don't want, right? So this is just the naturally occurring sugar in sugar. And so our bodies are made, our small intestine can actually absorb a small amount of fructose without converting it to fat. And what I mean by that is if you eat any other carbohydrate, the main source of energy in that is glucose. And all of our cells in our body need glucose. And so if you're eating the correct portion size of carbohydrates, not counting fruit right now, so if you're eating, your quinoa and your rice and your oatmeal and that sort of thing, and you're being active and eating the right amounts, your body's gonna be burning through that glucose. And so it's great. However, with fruit, the type of sugar that's in it is fructose. And that, when we eat too much of it, needs to be metabolized by our liver. And our liver is also our detoxifying organ. It's also our fat burning organ. So what happens if you eat too much fructose, then our small intestine gets overwhelmed and it diverts it over to the liver, and the liver has to metabolize it, and it then turns it into visceral fat. So that's where we kind of get in trouble. Now, I don't want you to think that I am saying that all fruit is bad and you shouldn't eat fruit. I think everybody should eat fruit and allow themselves to have fruit. It's such a wonderful treat. My top for fruit is apples, which has 4 grams of fiber. So I'm going to tell you the grams of fiber per cup. Apples have 4 grams of fiber. Blackberry and raspberries have 8 grams of fiber per cup. Strawberries and blueberries have 4 grams of fiber per cup, and kiwi has 5 grams of fiber per cup. Now, the reason why the fiber is important is that the fiber is going to naturally bind to the sugar, and so it's going to slow down that process, like that blood sugar spike in your body, which is good because, for example, if you ever eaten like a banana in the morning and you're just hungry a few hours later, well, that's because your blood sugar goes up because you didn't eat anything with it. There's not a lot of fiber there and you're not having any fat or protein with it, and so you're going to crave more of the same. So let me get back to like the fructose and how it metabolizes in your body and why you don't want to be afraid of fruit necessarily. You just don't want to overdo it. So a lot of times people will go on a healthy diet, and then what happens, they're eating a crap ton of fruit. They're eating fruit at every single meal. And like what I was saying, your small intestine cannot metabolize that, so it diverts over to the liver converts it to fat, and we don't want that to happen. So how can you still eat fruit, but make sure that you're not eating too much? What I would recommend is having 1 to 2 servings of fruit per day, and make sure it's a fruit that is full of fiber. You know, sometimes if you have something that's not super fiber rich, like a melon or something, that's okay, but just have a portion size. So a portion size is 1 regular sized piece of fruit. You know those bananas that are like huge, or those apples that are like huge? Yeah, just get like a regular size, and if you ask, Carmen, what is a regular size? You know what a freaking regular sized piece of fruit is. Or if you're measuring by a cup, you know, somewhere between 150, 175, 200 grams, something like that. So you can still have fruit, you can still eat your favorite fruit, just don't go overboard on it every single day. Have a cup of it every day. Put it in your smoothie in the morning. So let me know what questions you have about this. Did this make sense, and did this clarify for you, like, is fruit good or is fruit bad? Because this is important, and I don't want you to take away the message that fruit is bad and be afraid of fruit, because it is not bad. But as Americans, with our sad diet, the standard American diet, we are like, taste buds are so enriched in sugar. So here's like a challenge for you. Try to go like 3 days up to a week if you can without having any fruit or added sugar, and then eat a piece of fruit and then see how it tastes. You are going to love it. It is going to be like the absolute sweetest thing that you've ever eaten in your whole life. So it's just that our diet has been for so long so sugary rich, we're not like used to those natural sugars anymore. So get your apples, get your blackberries, get your raspberries, get your strawberries, get your blueberries, get your kiwi fruit on every day, but keep it to a portion size. 1 cup or 1 regular sized piece of fruit is good. Then your body will love it. It'll get the vitamins, it'll get the minerals, it'll get the fiber, it'll be able to be digested in your small intestine and not diverted to your liver to metabolize it out or process it as fat. So that is the scoop on fruit. Please, please, please share this. This information is so important. I don't want people to be afraid of certain foods or limit themselves, because when we limit and put so many diet rules on ourselves, what happens is that we just go off the deep end and we binge, and then we go through this whole cycle of under-eating and overeating and feeling bad about ourselves and over-exercising and under-exercising and just playing this game that we all want to get out of. So please share this video. Comment below with your favorite fruit, because fruit is good as long as you're eating it in moderation. And that is that. So until tomorrow with our next nutrition video, because we're doing 5 days of nutrition, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, eat real food so you can have endless energy and live your best life. I feel like singing and dancing today. We should do a live on that. What do you think? Bye.